Hey guys, I know I look really super crazy right now, but I'm killing two birds with one stone and I'm filming like two videos at the same time. So I'm in the process of doing like a full like makeup tutorial, but I'm making like a mini like brow tutorial right now. So my face is super crazy, but I do my brows like in the middle of everything. So that's why I look like this. Like my face is baking right now, but like I did my brows because that's how I do it. Anyways, so if you want to learn how I do my brows, then keep watching and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Alright, so I'm going to do my brows. And for brows, I'm using the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow in shade number 30. This is the best thing I've ever. I'm a cheerleader. And, like, it don't move. And, like, I sweat a lot. And, like, I could literally have everything off of my face except for my brows. Like, my brows, like, don't come off. Which is really actually great. And I'm just using a little... It's actually an angled liner brush, but I like it for my brows, so... So for my brows, I like to, like, trace the tail first. And then it's so hard to explain doing brows while doing brows. So I'll like line my tail first, and then I'll do my arch. And for my arch, I like my arch to be more rounded, so I just like lay the brush flat just after my arch, and then as I'm like pulling it, I'll start to like turn it downwards, if that makes sense. So like I'm lining the angle like that, the angle like the shorter end, I want the angle to go towards my arch. So I like place it just like at the middle of my brow, and then I just pull it and turn it. That way I get kind of a round arch. And then I just go over it until I get like the desired darkness. What happened there? Okay. I see you, life. And then, so once I have like my tail and my arch traced, I line the bottom of my brow and then I'll start to fill it in. I mark the end of my brow too, that way I like know like I can see where it stops, because I do my brows as I'm baking. And then once I have like the outline done, I just go in and I start filling it in. Doing brows, holding a little thing like this, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. And I've already fucked up my brows like 6 times. Okay, can't do it, not doing it. Can't use that little thing. The less product I end up having on my brush, I'll start to like go in to the inner part of my brow, and I go from like the bottom line that I drew, and I just start to pull product upwards. And then the even less product that I have, I'll start to like connect my inner corner to like the top part of my brow, and I just like lightly draw like a light line almost, and I'll just start to like pull the product like up and down just to kind of like fill it all in, because I do have some like sparse like spots of hair, just to kind of make the brow like look complete. Okay, and then, so once I have them filled in, I comb through them with a spoolie just to like blend it all together. Just to make sure there's no like super like harsh spots of like product and whatnot. And then I take my Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade 3 and I gel them down. I also like to, I know some people when they use like a brow gel, they use like a clear brow gel just to like hold their brows in place. But I like a tinted one, especially mainly because it like adds a bit more like dimension and a bit more depth to the brows, as well as like keeping them in place. But I also like it for like the inner corners of like the inner spot to my brows, because if I like, my hairs are super light, so even though I fill them in, like using the tinted brow gel, it defines my hairs a lot more on like the inner part to my brows, so it like, although it looks like I fill them in, like you can tell that I have actual hair there. And I really like that, because then it's not just like a stark, defined, like drawn in brow, if that makes like sense. I don't know about that, but I also like having like a tinted brow gel for if I'm not doing like a full face of makeup. I can just like throw a bit of brow gel in and it will still define my brows. It'll still darken them and it will still like give me like a nice like polish brow kind of look. So I highly recommend, and especially if you're not somebody who fills in your brows but you want them to be more like defined and look a little bit thicker, I highly, highly, highly suggest having a tinted brow gel. So that is how I do my brows. So I hope you liked it. If you did, then hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to, I mean, this is only going to be like my second video or first video, depending on the order that they go up. It's either going to be the first or the second. Either way, if you like them, subscribe. And like I already said, hit the like button, give it a thumbs up. I will link the full makeup tutorial to what I'm going to continue on after this. I'm going to link put the link to that video in the description box below, as well as I'm going to link the products that I use on my brows in the description box below. Wow, I cannot speak English. Figure it out, Christy. Pull it together. Alright, yeah, so thanks. Bye, guys.